5 things when man using you. Relationships can be tricky territory, especially when you're not entirely sure if someone is genuinely interested in you or simply using you for their own purposes. It's easy to be swept up by sweet words and romantic gestures, but sometimes, beneath the surface, there could be signs of manipulation and control. What if the guy you're involved with is not who he seems to be? It's critical to learn to recognize the red flags, especially when they come cloaked in seemingly loving actions or phrases. In this deep dive, we're going beyond the surface of casual advice, unpacking the subtleties of manipulation tactics men may use in relationships. Whether it's calculated emotional games or veiled power dynamics, we'll expose 5 of the most telling signs that a man could be using you, and they might make you question everything. 1. He promises to leave his partner for you. This one is a classic. He's already with someone else but tells you you're the one he truly wants. He assures you that he's just waiting for the right time to leave his partner, and that you're the reason he's sticking around at all. What's really going on? You may feel like the chosen one, like you're the reason he's ready to make a life-altering decision. But here's the cold, hard truth: a man who's serious about you wouldn't need to make excuses or delay ending his current relationship. If he's unhappy, why is he still staying with his partner? Is it really that complicated to break up with someone? In reality, his promise could be nothing more than a ploy to keep you emotionally hooked without giving up the stability or comfort his current relationship provides. What's worse is that even if he does leave his partner, you might find yourself constantly questioning his loyalty. After all, if he's willing to cheat with you, what's stopping him from cheating on you? Why it's questionable. If a man is torn between you and another woman, he's making his indecision your problem. You deserve someone who knows they want to be with you, no strings attached. He should be ending his previous relationship because it's not working, not because of you. If he only wants to leave for you, then the foundation of your potential relationship is built on deception, guilt, and emotional baggage from the start. That's not exactly a recipe for success. 2. He says, "I need your help, especially financially." This is where things get murky. Maybe he's suddenly having financial troubles, or needs help covering an emergency expense. It starts small: he borrows a little money here and there, and you don't think much of it because you're happy to help someone you care about. But as time goes on, the asks start piling up, and before you know it, you've essentially become his personal ATM. What's really going on? In genuine, healthy relationships, helping each other out is normal. But if he constantly asks for financial assistance or favors and never seems to reciprocate, it's a red flag. Some men exploit a partner's natural kindness, empathy, and desire to be helpful, using emotional manipulation to make their financial irresponsibility your problem. They may even try to make you feel guilty for not helping or imply that you're the only one they can count on. The subtle manipulation here often involves an implied promise of something more: a future together, a deep emotional bond, or even a vague sense of obligation that keeps you giving, even when you're getting nothing in return. Why it's questionable: a man who loves you wouldn't exploit your kindness for financial gain. Financial manipulation is a slippery slope, and once you start supporting him, it becomes harder to pull away without feeling guilty. Ask yourself, is there a balanced give and take in your relationship? If not, you might be giving far more than you're getting, which points to emotional and financial manipulation. 3. I'm not ready for a commitment right now. You've been seeing him for a while, but whenever the conversation turns to the future, moving in together, exclusivity, long-term plans, he freezes. I'm not ready for a commitment, he says, making it sound like an honest admission. He might even position himself as the emotionally tortured type, too hurt by past relationships to risk giving his heart fully. What's really going on? When a man repeatedly says he's not ready for a commitment, it's often because he doesn't want one, at least not with you. But he still enjoys all the perks of being in a relationship with you: companionship, emotional support, and probably even physical intimacy. By keeping things casual, he can benefit from your emotional and physical availability without ever having to put anything at stake. The most unsettling part of this behavior is how it leaves you in limbo. You might believe that if you're patient and understanding, eventually he'll come around and want something more serious. But the truth is, people who use this line often have no intention of changing. They're keeping you around for convenience while staying open to other options, or they're just too comfortable to let go. Why it's questionable: saying he's not ready for commitment is often code for "I want to keep my options open, but I don't want to lose the benefits of this relationship." This behavior is manipulative because it plays on your hope that things will progress, when in reality, he may never want them to. You deserve clarity, not endless ambiguity. 4. "You're so much better than my ex," or "I've never felt like this before." Flattery can feel amazing. He tells you you're the best thing that's ever happened to him, or that you're so much better than his ex. You start feeling like you've finally found someone who truly appreciates you. But is this high praise genuine? Or is it just a well-disguised manipulation tactic? What's really going on? Compliments are a wonderful thing in any relationship when they're sincere. But when a man constantly compares you to his ex or showers you with over-the-top praise, it can be a way to fast-track your emotional attachment to him. It's easy to get swept up in being told you're unlike anyone else he's ever met. But this type of flattery might actually be masking his lack of genuine interest in a deeper connection. When someone keeps bringing up their ex, especially to position you as the better alternative, you should ask yourself why they're still so fixated on the past. Is he using you to get over someone else? Is he insecure about his previous relationships and trying to make you feel superior to make himself feel better? And more importantly, if his compliments aren't backed by real actions, support, honesty, and effort, then his words might be empty. Why it's questionable. Excessive flattery can be a way to control how you feel, making you crave validation from him while distracting you from real issues in the relationship. Manipulative people know that by making you feel special, they can keep you hooked, even when their actions don't match up to their words. 5. I need you to do this for me, I can't do it myself. At first, it seems innocent enough. He needs help with something small. Maybe he's not great with paperwork, or he can't figure out how to fix something at home. You're more than happy to lend a hand. But soon, the requests for help become more frequent, and before long, you feel like you're taking care of him more than he's contributing to the relationship. What's really going on? Manipulative men often use a veneer of helplessness to get you to do things for them. By making themselves seem incapable or dependent, they create a dynamic where you feel obligated to step in and take care of things. Over time, this imbalance grows, and suddenly you find yourself doing everything from handling his responsibilities to making excuses for his behavior. This pattern can be particularly insidious because it feels like caring and support. But if you're constantly being asked to do things for him that he could easily do himself, it's not about love or partnership, it's about control and convenience. Why it's questionable. This tactic plays on your nurturing instincts and guilt. If you don't help, you might feel like you're being unkind or unsupportive. But a healthy relationship is about two people supporting each other, not one person taking advantage of the other's willingness to help. Final thoughts. Are you being used? It's not always easy to tell when someone is using you, especially when manipulation tactics are subtle and cleverly disguised as love, need, or affection. But recognizing these behaviors is the first step toward protecting yourself and building healthier relationships.